All right, Sam Howell, how did he perform for the Washington Commanders, aka the Washington football team, whatever you want to call them? I guess not whatever you want to call them, but how did he do for the Washington football team? Had to make a video here because who knows when we'll see him again. Maybe we'll have to wait till next year, next preseason perhaps. But what's going to happen is let's just get into it. Let's start off with this play. This is another one of those, how does Sam Howell do this? It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, the guy's, able to make these plays work like, I've never seen before for someone who, again, he's athletic, certainly, but he's not Lamar Jackson out there, but his running ability just works. Where watch how he is going to take the snap. He sees very quickly there is a running lane for him to try to get through and try to pick up some yards. And he's definitely someone who will try to use his legs to pick up yardage. And when he does this, I mean, every step of the way, you're like, okay, he's not getting 9 yards. He's not getting 9 yards. And then, oh, he just got 10 yards. Okay, wow, didn't expect that. But that just kind of, it's a results thing. It's just like he gets results with the running ability. And I think he just sort of knows how to use his legs properly. He knows how to use his blockers. He's just a smart runner more so than a super, quick runner. And again, he still is athletic. He's just not the most athletic quarterback you'll see, but he's able to use that and it's effective. So even if it maybe doesn't look like it should be working sometimes, if it's working, it's working. That's all that matters. I thought this play was good. So what's going to happen here is it's going to be a designed rollout. Howell is going to go towards the bottom of the screen. You have a tight end who's going to flash over there. A couple other receivers who are going to try to get open deeper down the field as well, but they will not come into play. Why will they not come into play? That guy is why they will not come into play. That Baltimore Ravens defender, watch what he's going to do. Look at him immediately get a pressure, and Sam Howell is in trouble. He read this play well. Great read by him. What do you do if you're Sam Howell? You could just take the sack. And actually, if he took the sack, I wouldn't really blame him. That's not a bad play for me. But the receiver he wants to throw to is open. So instead, Howell takes a risk. He throws while, getting hit as he throws, but is able to make the throw, and you're able to pick up a couple of yards when that play seemingly had disaster written all over it. The addition of a couple yards doesn't really do too much for me. I don't care that much about that, but I do care about him being able to do a good job at not costing his team any yards. Listen, football, it's not all about, getting the best thing to happen. Sometimes it's about damage management and just minimizing the damage that can happen. I thought the Howell did a great job on that play of minimizing the damage that could have happened. We have a play like this, which is one of those plays that I do feel like Howell can come in and do effectively. I don't know if he'll be as good as this stuff as like Carson Wentz is, or like just like the traditional running an offense type stuff, but he can still be effective at it. It's going to be a play action. You have a receiver running over the middle, and look at how when Howell takes the snap, he looks downfield, and there definitely is a window for him to make this throw. So Howell does make the throw. It's a good throw, I would say. He got it over the defensive back who was, his outstretched arms trying to knock the ball away. So that part was nice. It was a very accurate throw. An easy read, certainly, but at the same time, in football, you're going to have times where you have an easy read. Like, that's going to happen. I care about how you do in those situations as well. Those plays matter. Every play matters, and that was a good play, in my opinion. I think something like this, though, is probably something that we kind of value more, and just, it's for a good reason. These are tougher plays to pull off, where the way this works, and we're going to see if this, this play, I think it'll give us a good insight, and can he pull this stuff off or not. It's a 3rd down and goal, so you want to get the touchdown here. Obviously, you'll probably have to settle for a field goal if you don't get it. And with the route that you see on the screen, it could get open in that back corner of the end zone. And so that's where Howell is going to look. It makes sense, especially because if you put this in the right spot, ideally it can be a no-risk play. As long as you don't underthrow it, you either overthrow it and it's incomplete, whatever, you still get the 3 points that you earned by getting this close to the end zone. But you're giving your receiver a chance to get those 4 additional points. So it's kind of a low-risk, high-reward type play. That's why teams love to run these types of routes in the end zone. Right when it begins, it's setting up okay. Obviously, the ideal situation, you get a ton of separation right away. Maybe the cornerback falls down or something. That doesn't happen too often. Cornerbacks tend to not fall down. So, especially when you're playing the Ravens. What do you do in this situation? Well, you do what I said. Put it in a situation where only your receiver can make make the grab. As you see, Howell does kind of throw this one up, and to me, that's a perfect throw. It wasn't complete, so okay, but, who cares? We're evaluating him, not evaluating the receiver, and it was going to be a tough catch. It was going to be a really tough catch, but again, that's where he was trying to throw it to. He was trying to give his receiver a chance. If it falls incomplete, it falls incomplete. That's the ideal situation. One last play, this one where it's going to be man coverage. Just a quick play, kind of talking about, again, the legs, the movement that he has. It's another 3rd down and 9. Right when this play begins, since 5 players have to turn their backs, Howell, if he sees a running lane and sees that there are, it is man coverage, he might take off and run. But there's a Baltimore player who's running up and trying to make a tackle. In most situations, Howell is not going to get the first down here. And in this situation, spoiler alert, he's not going to get the first down here. However, not without effort. Look at him make a move and nearly gets the first down, gets them 1 yard away, which still helps. A, if you do punt it anyways, it helps in the field position game. But B, it gives you that option to go for it, which you should go for it there if you believe in math. So, that's another option. Maybe you wouldn't, maybe you would, but you'd at least like to have the option. So, and it was just a good move, right? If that was a 3rd and 8, then that's a great play and gets you the first down. You don't care so much about the actual, did you get the first down or not? Just was the move effective, and it was. So yeah, as a whole, I think Sam Howell maybe has improved my opinion of him the most, outside of, I guess probably Kenny Pickett would be the other guy I would say improved my opinion of him a good amount. The reason why I feel like I was impressed with Howell is because the way I viewed Sam Howell was he was a college player who had success at college. His stuff worked. He typically got more value than he should have given his surrounding talent. Despite that, I still felt like these moves aren't going to work at the NFL level. This running stuff, it works at college. You're not going to be able to do this against NFL talent. For the most part, he's done it against NFL talent. Now, the other question, of course, the thing that has to be mentioned is just the fact that, it's backups. It's not starting guys. So I think that means that there's definitely a question mark here. But I would say that the question of can it work against NFL talent has been answered. Again, you were talking about a big talent jump from college to NFL backups. A huge talent jump there. Probably a bigger jump to there than it is from backups to starters. So actually, I would say definitely a bigger jump there. So to me, it is still a good sign, but it doesn't mean that it will work against NFL starters, though. So that's kind of why there still is a remains to be seen factor with Howell. There's a reason he, dropped so far in the draft. But even me, who wasn't a huge fan of him, I would have drafted him before he ended up going. So he's not a 5th rounder in my opinion. So that's kind of how I view Sam Howell and why I think that there's reason for optimism for him, but at the same time, he doesn't appear to be the starter. It looks like Carson Wentz is going to be the guy. So it'll be interesting to see how all that works out. But yeah, that's what I think about, and I say appears to be Carson Wentz. It's clearly Carson Wentz. I just mean long term, it appears though it'll still be Carson Wentz. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.